Hello, everyone. My name is Shantae Monet, and I will be presenting on behalf of our project team today. We would like to thank you so much for having us at this year's conference, and we're very excited to share the important work that we've been doing. Our project is called What Does Reconciliation Mean to Me? And we're inviting conversation through video. Next, I'll introduce you to our team. Our team is made up of 6 wonderful people: Patricia Danielak in education, Yvonne Portra-Pratt in education, Shantae Monet, me, in counseling psychology, Elisa Lacerda Vandenborn in counseling psychology as well, Lisa Lorenzetti in social work, and Mick Elliott in the corporate sector. Before we move into the details of the project, I'd like to share this quote by Goulet, 2018. Stories have the potential to be used as the tools to rebuild cultural answers to contemporary problems. And we believe that our project is a part of this by creating conversation and dialogue that helps foster an environment that's safe for reconciliatory action. Next is a summary of our project. Who is our project for, you might ask? Our project engages the wider university community in sharing creative, compelling, and personal accounts of their respective roles in reconciliation. The why behind our project is simple but significant. Our project is designed to serve as an awareness-raising and educative tool on the topic of reconciliation. The what? Our project uses film as a contemporary way to share narratives and commitments to reconciliation. And the how. In response to the question, what does reconciliation mean to me? Members of the campus community were invited to share reconciliatory stories and their own commitments to reconciliation through short videos. Those videos were then reviewed and they will be updated to our dedicated website for the project. Next, I'm going to give you a little overview of the website for our project. So it kind of goes through the timeline of what people can expect from the project. There's a place where people can submit their videos and their social media release forms. We show a little bit of our incentive, a gift, a blanket for those who submit a video. We give inspiration based on a reconciliatory pedagogy created by 2 of our team members. Just in case people want a little bit more description about what the pedagogy looks like, when you click on the links, you can see it takes you to YouTube videos explaining each stage in the pedagogy. We also provide example videos for people thinking of submitting, so they get an idea of what types of videos they might submit for the project. And at the bottom, we honor and mention the Indigenous strategy, Itapatope, because our project is a part of the Indigenous strategy. For more information on the Indigenous strategy at the University of Calgary, you can go to ucalgary.ca/Indigenous. For the purpose of this presentation, I've put together a compilation of the exemplar videos that our team created for the project. I will play that compilation for you now.
In 2019, my colleague Yvonne Portra-Pratt and I came up with this model of reconciliation. We believe that reconciliation is open to anyone, regardless of where they are in the journey. If they're at the beginning of their journey, they might want to listen and learn from Indigenous peoples by listening to Indigenous speakers or music.
Hey everyone, my name's Mick. I'm a proud citizen of the Oconee Cree Nation, First Nation here on Turtle Island. I had a little bear energy back there behind me, and I'm going to walk around and show some of the Indigenous art that we've collected over the years, my family, It's one of the things that I'm really proud of, and part of my reconciliation efforts is to support Indigenous artists like Alex Janvier.
Reconciliation means advocating for the power of education, knowing full well the hurt and harm it has caused. Reconciliation means teaching with extreme kindness while knowing you are likely viewed as lesser than.
What does it mean to me? It really does boil down to education. You know, education is the number one tool that you can use to change the world. That's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way, folks. A little smudge station here. But what is also is really important is educating one another about our relationship with the land.
Pinch and pluck, thumb and index finger working together. We drop nature's tiny juice balloons into our empty ice cream pails. Moss cushions for our nimble knees. We kneel and pick. We pick and pick. Don't eat too many now. But how can we resist? The berries beckon us. They know things we don't. They know there is more than enough on this bush to go around. We, humans, are the ones who fear lack. The children obey the berries. Pick and pluck, suck and spit. Berry patch bliss. The day is done once the sun is down, handing over our pails half full and hoping that nobody will notice the missing handfuls. These berries do not hide who they are. We stick out our tongues, a purpley blue.
As I think of what reconciliation means to me, I'm inspired by storytelling and reminded of one of my first and perhaps strongest memories of community. I call this memory the gift of coffee, mango, and tobacco, and it goes something like this. The noise of the wooden crate sliding against the floor announces its time. In an almost ceremonial fashion, my grandfather extends his hand to me. His skin smells of loose tobacco. With time, that scent would become synonymous with a sense of closeness to him and his teachings.
As they progress in their journey, they might want to support Indigenous people through attendance at public events. And as they progress in their journey, they might want to work alongside Indigenous peoples on community projects designed with or by Indigenous peoples.
This picture is one of the Alberta Men's Network on Violence Prevention, and we were out at Blackfoot Crossing to do some planning and visioning. This picture for me is a picture of hope. Reconciliation, what does it mean to me? It begins with an understanding that I am an uninvited guest and occupier on this land. But that's not enough. Reconciliation is about my everyday actions, my intentions of the heart to seek justice in solidarity with Indigenous peoples. Reconciliation is the thirst for fairness, to be in a good way, to be in relationship, to have the courage to do the right thing.
To me, reconciliation is all about connecting with Indigenous peoples and Indigenous communities.
But mostly reconciliation means imagining a better future for me, my children, you, and your children.